why your mindset is holding you back from achieving everything that you want to get in life. Now, many of you will have followed me for my property advice and my property videos, and I've prided myself on producing as much content as I can and trying to help people all the way through this process. Now, one of the biggest things, and it's become clear as more and more people come and talk to me about working with me or looking for mentorship in the property space, is that actually, when I take a look back from it, I have to go back to my core values that I came up with my podcast name of More Than Just Property, because yes, it's nice to have a property portfolio and it's nice to say you're in property and that's what you do. But for me, it's so much more than that. It's a life, and property is part of my life. And yes, it's a great business. And yes, it makes money. And yes, it looks after me really well. But at the same time, it's a small part of my entire life and how I've got to where I am today. So I wanted to do this very short 5-minute video to really discuss with you what's holding you back and what you really need to understand, and why people don't succeed in life is what's going on in their head. Now, I have spent years working with mentors, working with people around my mindset, but the biggest thing out of all of it, you can read all the books in the world, you can have mentors, you can have people that will help you, but until you get yourself in a place where you are actually mentally able to move forwards, it is going to be really difficult for you to succeed in anything. Now, I'm a great believer that you need to put the past behind you and you need to find a way to move forwards. A few years ago, I really started looking at where my life was, and while the property business was growing, it was great, but I wasn't content with it. I wasn't happy. Things did stress me out a lot more than they do today, and a lot of that is the mental resilience and the time I've spent to really heal my mind and really get in a really good place. For me, many people know that I have quite a strict structure around my day, especially during the week when I have effectively a job and I need to work for certain hours to meet the needs of that job as well. And I've always kept that, and I won't hide away from that. But as we're coming to the end of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, I think it's really key to highlight that, everybody does struggle, and no matter how far you get and how good on the outside things might look, everybody still has their dark days, and you need to understand those, and you need to learn about them for yourself, and you need to understand the process of why it's a dark day, and then you need to understand the process of getting yourself out of that dark day and carrying on again. Now, I put most of my mindset of where I am today down to the fact that I created a routine that works for me. And my routine won't work for anybody else because it is me, it is very specific to me. It is trial and error through a hell of a lot of different things in my life to get to the point where I'm really comfortable with what I do and how that makes me feel on a daily basis. And all of that translates then into the energy I need to be able to perform for my businesses. And I think it's really key that everybody takes time to step back, to learn a lot about themselves, learn about how your brain works. And if you are suffering from things like anxiety or depression or any array of a mental kind of state, you need to really stop and heal where that state has come from with you, or what is causing that state within you, so that you can move forward to the future. Now, I've suffered with anxiety in the past, which I really learned actually, everybody is right when they say anxiety is fear of the future that hasn't happened yet. And you just think, well, yeah, anxiety is fearful about something that hasn't happened, may not happen, and potentially never will. So you need to learn how to get yourself over that and to move away from those anxious times. And there might be triggers that you can learn about and you can move away from. Now, as I say, I've spent a lot of time on myself, and I've built my routine so that it works for me. It leaves me in a very, very good mental state. I very much get up on a daily basis and feel extremely positive about my life, and I feel extremely positive about all my businesses, even when they may not be doing as well as I want them to be, or whether we might be having troubles, or whether we might, need a real kick up the arse to get on with them. Now, for me, this means getting up just before 5 o'clock in the morning, spending some time with the dogs, making sure they're fed, making sure they've been let out, and then heading to the gym for 6 o'clock. I do this regardless because For me, going at the end of the day is not an option, because work and business can overrun, and then you'll let things go, like your fitness in the evening will slip if you get stuck at work, or if you're going to be late from something, or you get stuck in traffic on the way home. So for me, it was very much a shift of, rather than keep missing all these sessions, let's turn my day around, let's get in the gym first. So normally in the morning, I won't read emails, won't check my diary, you know, I've already planned my week on a Sunday, I know what's going on. So first thing in the morning, I'm up, I'm in the gym. I come back, take the dogs out for a walk. Their walks, they'll settle down for the morning then, and they sort of don't really need much attention till lunchtime. And by about 7:30, 7:40, normally I'm sat at my desk, process all my business admin, get everything off my desk for the day, and then start work. Those hours for me before 9 a.m, when a lot of other people actually start working, really crucial. I get so much done, there's no distractions, nobody wanting to talk to you, and it's really actually quite cathartic to just get through it and just understand that I've pretty much cleared my day before most people come in to even sit at their desk. Obviously, throughout the day, challenges will come up, people want to talk to you, things will be going on that you need to deal with. And for me, it's very much one after the other. Just pick what comes up, deal with it, move on. Pick the next thing, deal with it, move on. You know, create a list, work from a list if that helps, and just if something new comes in, add it to the end of the list. Keep working down the list and then get it done. If it's something that's quick, that takes less than 2 minutes, just do it. Don't question it, just do it. Just get it done, just get it off the plate. The other thing then realistically is the end of day. Once you finish in work, and for me, that can be anywhere between 6 and 8 p.m. It's a bit of a wind down, but you know, after 5 o'clock, most other people have left for the day and they're not around. So again, you're not getting distractions. You can really clear some stuff off of your desk before the following day. Sort my diary out for the next day, see who I need to speak to, see what I'm outstanding on, see what I haven't yet achieved. And then start thinking about cooking dinner, spend some time with my other half, and then I go to bed at 9 o'clock. And a lot of people find that strange, but through all the research and the mental health studies I've done and the time I've spent with people that are extremely successful and have really got what looks to be an amazing life and have abundance of everything, there's 3 main things that your mental state comes back to. One is getting enough sleep. And I swear 95% of us don't get enough sleep, or don't get enough quality sleep. And that is partly down to how fast our lives move, how stressed out our brains are, and actually how much time we spend on devices. And I think that's key. I think a lot more people need to build routines around putting their phones down a lot earlier, not having them in the bedroom, making sure your bedroom space is appropriate for you to go to sleep. Don't have a telly in your bedroom, because the light from that is horrendous and it really disrupts your sleep routines. The other biggest thing that I really have learned is going to bed at the same time every single day is the single most important factor in a decent sleep health routine. Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Friday, you should be going to bed every single day at the same time. If you look at a lot of the studies and you look at a lot of the people that really spend a lot of time researching this, even one night where you go to bed 2 hours later on a Saturday night because you've been out can disrupt your sleep pattern for the following week. And that then is going to have an impact in your daily ability to be able to process what's going on and deal with the things around you. Also, you need to be really clear about your sleep and about removing stimulants from your life. We've talked about devices, but cut down on your caffeine, your alcohol. If you smoke, the nicotine, you need to really unwind all of this. And you need, you know, more nights out of the week where you don't drink than you do drink. Otherwise, your sleep is going to be broken and it's not going to be great for you. The second thing that I've just mentioned that is really helpful for your mental state is exercise. And I don't care what anybody says. You need to get outside, you need to walk, you need to move. It doesn't need to be something like me going to CrossFit 6 days a week and spending 45 minutes to an hour absolutely brutalizing myself, but you need to move. So get out, walk, function, you know, get out early, get out late, it doesn't matter, but every single day you should be spending about an hour moving outside or in a gym, or, you know, doing something that is increasing your heart rate, that is stimulating you, and that will help all your natural hormones really produce the happy hormones and really get your mental state in a really good place. But it also helps your sleep because your body's tired. So you'll help your sleep, and you'll sleep better because your body and your mind are at the point where they need that recovery. The final thing, obviously, and most people get this, is nutrition. Stop eating so much shit. It's that plain and simple. And I think so many people don't realise the harmful effects of just constantly eating shit. It affects your sleep, it affects your mood, it affects your gym performance, let alone how you function on a day-to-day in your business. So you really need to think about, you know, how you want that to happen and how you're going to look after yourself a lot better. Now, whether that is buying in a meal service because actually you don't have time to prep, or, you know, doing prep on a Sunday and spending an hour prepping food for the week so that you don't need to think about it during the week. You have to find a way to make that work for you. We talk about mental health in this day and age a lot more than we used to in the past, and it is important because if you're not in a very good mental state, then it does have an overflowing effect into every single element of your life. It will affect your relationships, your family life, your work life, everything. Everybody needs to take a step back and really think about how they want their life to be. And that's how I started. It's an envisagement of how you want your life to be, how you want to function. You know, I just want to get up on a daily basis and be happy and help people. And, you know, people can throw stuff at me. I can get given the most stressful tasks at work and I just get on with them. At CrossFit, I've become very much known, you know, even when some of the toughest workouts are on board and we are dying to get through them and people are struggling. My favourite phrase has just become, just fucking get on with it. Because at the end of the day, what else are you going to do? You've started, you've got to finish. So just fucking get on with it. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, and I never want to say that to undermine somebody else's mental state, because that isn't fair. But I do feel like a lot of people could just benefit from somebody there on a daily basis telling them to just fucking get on with it. I really do. Now, I've just talked about all my favourite tips about what's core and what's key to me, to making me and my businesses and being an entrepreneur successful. And I really hope there's something in there that you can take away and start thinking about how you can adapt that into your life. If you want to spend some time with me and understand in a lot more detail about how I structure my day, about what I've done to get my head in a space where I genuinely just feel happy 99% of the time. Nothing phases me so much, and even when you get those big shocks or something happens, it's just how do you process it? Stop having an emotional reaction to things and just logically processing what's going on in life so that you can enjoy it. You know, if you're stressed out all the time, you're not enjoying life, and that again has an impact on your relationship with your family all the time, just in general on everything. I hope that's been useful. Again, if you want more, comment below, like and subscribe, and let's go again.